Welcome, welcome. You know, there's times where, a lot of times where all I want to do is throw on a t-shirt. But I want the t-shirt to be a little more than a t-shirt. And so this is why I love this top. This is called the Peyton top. I'm going to go through all the details. It's from Bailey 44, if you're familiar with that line. I always watch them because they come out with just some great stuff. And so I like to just kind of keep abreast as to what's new and what they're coming out with. So Peyton top, I'm going to show you the inspiration. And the reason I show you the inspiration is because I think it's good to see my interpretation and recognize that your interpretation can be totally different, and we're sewers, it's all okay. So let's show you Peyton's top. And there's a few things I want you to notice about it. Notice that there is like a little V neck, and you know, mine's not totally V, but I felt like the V and the tie kind of lent itself to one another. And then notice when the tie ties, it's about hand length. So that kind of dictates how much you'll add, and I'll give you some guides as to how much to add. So that's really all. Notice the tie, it can actually tie farther to the side. If you want it, it can, you know, it really, you're free to kind of move that tie wherever you want. You've got two separate pieces and they'll come together, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so we're all ready for the fun. So first I'll tell you the patterns that I used. Oh, I wanted to show you the side view, just as it, you know, just another view as this top is available. So first let's talk patterns, and the patterns I used are $195 for my t-shirt. Everybody has it because we've sold zillions, and $196, everybody has that because we've sold zillions. So those two patterns, and so what that allows you to do is use a knit base, which is what the first fabric is, I'll get to that in a minute, and then use the overlay, and the overlay can be knit or woven. You could use the same fabric and just do tone on tone, but it allows you to use any woven, any knit, anything, because it's just the top portion. So that's kind of a fun concept, is that really you can mix and match any knit and any woven, which, you know, I love mixing knits and wovens together. All right, so what we're going to do to the pattern changes, let's do that first. The $195, I cut it just like it is. I did lengthen my top a little bit because I know that if I add 4 inches, which I did, I can wear leggings with it, which is what I wanted to do. In my mind, it was a t-shirt, and I wanted to be casual and comfortable and just a little better than a t-shirt. And so I added 4 inches in length. I made a 3/4 sleeve just because you guys know I just love those. That's just me. Do what you like and what you want it to be. And then I used this cotton poly, and this is a Calvin Klein. I love it. It's a cotton poly. It feels like a cotton, but there's a little poly in it when I burn it, and it's wonderful. It is, the fabric is 3670. Love it, love it, love it. Then I used, this is a new fabric. This is 3669. It's a Rebecca Taylor. It's a sheer silk. I love it for a couple reasons. Number one, I just think it's beautiful. Number two, I can't really tell which side is right and which side is wrong. When you put on your spectacles and you really look hard, you can, but until then you can't. And because I knew it was going to tie and both sides were going to show, I wanted something that was, you know, good on both sides. And so that was the reason I chose that fabric. I used just normal, whatever yardage you use for your t-shirt on the knit, and then it took a yard for the overlay. Okay? All right, let's look at the pattern changes. So again, only added length to the top, and I made the V-neck and the French curve, just if you like a sample, if you don't have a V-neck that you like. And this is not really a V-neck, which is what I really like about it, because a V-neck, you know, you have to actually do a little dart at the base and, you know, to really make it a V-neck. But it's just a soft lowered neckline, and I went from 14 on the French curve, 13 on the French curve to 22. 13 to 22. So 13 at the shoulder, 22 at center front. You can cut that away and see if you like it. And if not, then no worries. You can always change it. Okay. All right, then with the cardigan, the only thing I did to this front is I extended this out, and I've got this drawn for you, but I extended this out 8 inches on the side that comes up over. You want it, it's because you do want it to be asymmetric. I'm adding 8 inches to the right side and only 2 inches to the left side, and that's the shorter side. And you can see the shorter side, and again, I've got these both drawn for you. You can see the shorter side is just coming under the armhole and it's just kind of collapsing into the tie. It's wide and then it's collapsing in. And the width of this goes all the way from just under the armhole, an inch, and then down to an inch from the bottom. So it runs the whole side seam. I'm not giving you width because it'll change a little bit with sizing. So like an inch below the armhole and an inch or 2 inches above the normal hem of the top. Again, because I lengthened my top, I've got a greater difference here than what you might have on that. All right, so that's as easy as it gets. The sewing of it, you just make sure that when you're sewing the shoulder, you include it in the shoulder seam, it's included in the armhole, and it's included in the side seam over here. And then this is included in this side seam. And what I did on my Rebecca Taylor, the 3669, is I did a rolled hem finish. I felt like it needed some finish. I cut my ends off at an angle. And when you extend it out, when I did that drawing, I kind of showed you how to do the neckline. This is so not important. It will not matter. It drapes a little bit anyway. It kind of forms a little bit of a cowl. But isn't it cute? I just really, really like it. I hope you like it. Like I said, it's comfortable. It's a t-shirt, but it's just a little better than a t-shirt, and I think it's just really cute. But you can take it to all different levels, all different fabric combinations. I mean, you know, remember, my job is to give you the info. Your job is to take it to another level. So there we have it. All right, so you've got your patterns, 195, 196. You've got your fabric, 3669, 3670. You've got your changes that I made. We mapped them all out for you. There's nothing left. Happy sewing from Silhouette Patterns.